Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve, and today I'm going to explain why my thumbnail sounds a little cursed. So, not only is this now TCG legal with the new February list, but you can take these exact concepts and put them in Master Duel for much more effectiveness, because in the TCG we only have one Tiger, we only have one Snow, but in Master Duel, you have 3 of both, 3 Tinky, and on top of all that, you also have 3 Grass. So you could go wild with this concept, but basically, the name describes it all. It's called Fur Mill. It is a Beast Warrior deck all about milling your deck to nearly nothing, and then just making a board that you know will live, and then just OTKing the following turn with, like, snows and whatnot. So, I'm going to start off with the basic combo, and when I say basic, I mean this is a Lightsworn deck. Your combo is whatever your hand is, and whatever your mills are. So, let's go ahead and start with the new Bujin Rescue Rabbit. What's really cool about it in this deck is that it is a one-card Bujin, like, it's a one-card Bujin XC, and that's good because we want to summon, I can't remember its name, but Kagasuchi, I think, and it mills the top 5 cards of your deck, and we want to summon that as many times as possible in this deck, and this one does it just by itself. However, it doesn't do it the way you think it does. It's going to go ahead and tribute itself, and it summons 2 Bujins out of the deck. However, one of them cannot be a Beast Warrior. It actually has to be a Beast or Winged Beast. Okay, that's a little troublesome. So I guess the only downside to this is you have to run, like, one of the Beasts, and this one is by far the best Beast. All the others are not great. They're protective, but I want to build a board. And if this isn't going into a board, this one just destroys a card your opponent controls, which is nice. But, the problem with Kagasuchi is it requires 2 Beast Warriors, so before we can even get into it, we're going to have to summon Susan Uwu. Like, Sus on Uwu. I think this, like, it's a very good stepping stone, because yes, it requires 2 level 4 Bujins, but this deck plays more than just these. It actually plays some Bujin extenders as well, so it's not crazy that you can make this. But it's going to go ahead and detach and search Hirume. But the reason I searched this specifically is because I already have Haruko, which is the one that makes this possible. Its pendulum effect is you can banish it from the scale to special summon a Bujin XE on top of a Bujin XE, which is pretty cool. But that means we don't even have to, like, do anything to this, because we can just turn it into Kagasuchi. Oh, I got its name right. And we get to mill 5. And as you can see here, our mills are already starting. We hit a Kaleido Chick, which is impressive. But in addition, we also hit a Felice, which is a level 4 tuner. This is nice, so we have access to a level 4. And we have Tinky. Now, the search target for this is kind of funny. I search another Kaleido Chick because I have Purple Butterfly in the deck still. So this Tiger is going to revive the Chicken Grave, and it's going to send the Butterfly, which will summon the second Kaleido Chick out of the deck. So I'm just using Infernity Arcfiend's effect with the Lavalval Chain to send Stygian and special summon it, effectively. And now we can send Yellow Martin. So just extra bodies. Next, I believe, I go into the Fire Fist Link 2, which is nice, because we're going to bounce the Tenki to send Buffalo, which can just special summon itself for free while Eagle's up. I don't know if this works in Master Duel. Someone told me that if you try to do this, like if you try to play Fire Fist in Master Duel, it will literally break the game. Like, it can't comprehend that Eagle says you can pay cost, but you don't have to. I guess that's too much for Master Duel, I guess. But I could be wrong. They might have fixed that, because they have been doing a lot of bug fixing as of late. I showed the Tiger use its effect. And now, we're we're going to make a rank 4 of 2 Beast Warriors. I wonder what it could be. Oh, Kagasuchi. Now, keep this in mind. If you're ever going to play a deck like this for whatever reason, you can only control one Bujin XC monster at a time of the same name. This effect, you can only control one Bujin Kagasuchi. That's on all the XCs. You can only control one at a time. So before you try to go into the second one, you need to get the first one off the board, whether it be Link summoning or like trading it with Haruko. You need to get it off the board so you can summon the other one. But anyways, on to the next play. We mill 5. We mill Snow Felice. And then like 2 Serenade Dance, which is absurd. And then we can summon that Felice. And then we can discard the Wolf. One thing I wanted to point out is earlier I had this in scale. I could have Pendulum summoned any level 4 monsters because Tiger is a 5 and this is a 3. But you actually cannot Pendulum summon Wolf or Felice. They have to be special summoned by a card effect. So you actually can't Pendulum summon them, which is hilarious. So that's why it was just discarded and I didn't even bother Pendulum summoning. Because this one also has a summoning condition, so it's just like entirely redundant and you can't even summon it in a Pendulum summon to begin with. But it does come up. You can definitely Pendulum summon in this deck with a lot of combos. And we use the trap to just get Kaleido Chick out, and we'll send the other Yellow Martin, because we've seen both traps, so it can't search anything off of a mill. And now, I special summon the Hairume by banishing a Bujin from my graveyard. And now, I actually go into the 3 level 4 Bujin XC, probably one of my favorite of all time, and this card is exceptional with Fairy Tail Snow. If you guys have played back around early 2018, late 2017, the interactions you can do with Fairy Tail Snow in this card are absolutely obnoxious. I love it. Here's a perfect example. I'm going to banish Ash. That will matter later. And I will banish 7 to special summon Snow just as a free body. And then I'm going to activate Amaterasu to revive any of them, and I decide to revive Yellow Martin just in case it gets hit, even though this isn't a real game. And I'm going to link into Apollosa, and then afterwards I go into IP here. Oh no, Borreload Savage Dragon, my bad. Yeah, that was a tuner and non-tuner, so I guess I'll just attach the Fire Fist. Fun fact about Buffalo, this says you have to send Fire Fist cards or Fire Formation cards. This isn't a Fire Fist monster, it's a Fire Fist spell. So you can actually send this and another Fire Formation, like that Tenki in hand, to revive this the following turn. That's really funny. I actually learned that when I used to play Fire Fist. It was a really cool interaction. Now we will use Yellow Martin, because we've yet to do it. And then we will revive the Kaleido Chick with Tiger. And then finally, I believe I make Minerva here, just cause. I want to mill more. I want more Snow Fuel. And I mill a Perfume, Emerald Bird, which triggers its effect, and then another Bujin that didn't do anything. But the bird can bring out Purple Butterfly back from Banished. And then finally, I will make IP Masquerena. And now, here's what's really cool. This seems like a decent board to some of you, but let's actually think about how many interactions this is. Because into our opponent's turn, the first thing we're going to do is activate Amaterasu, because on your turn, it's a Leviair, but on your opponent's turn, I can't think of a card that just grabs back banished cards to your hand, but that's what it does. On your turn, it special summons. On your opponent's turn, it adds to your hand. Hey, what could be banished that we could add to our hand to add value? Oh, that one, sure. And then, not only that, but these two are in our graveyard. Obvious, Snow makes a lot of sense. So not only can I Snow you, link it away with IP into Unicorn, and then Snow you again, but if you want to be cheeky and like, battle phase, I'm getting ready to evenly match you. At the start of your battle phase, I can activate Snow and banish Kaleido Chick. Snow will summon itself, and then Kaleido Chick will activate to say your opponent cannot activate card effects during the battle phase. So, they gave up their battle phase to not evenly match me, which is very funny. But yep, now that we've seen a combo demonstration of this that was kind of long-winded, let's go ahead and show off the deck. Alright, now as you can see, and in the title, this is a very, very rough, basic design of what we're kind of going for with. But effectively, we want to have a good ratio of mill targets and things to just create level 4s, which is kind of how this build comes to be. Because we want to start off 3 Kaleido Chick, 2 Yellow Martin, 2 Emerald Bird, because this is actually good to mill, and then 1 Purple Butterfly for the Kaleido Chick, and 1 Tiger, it's at 1. But, of course, in Master Duel, you probably won't even need to play Butterfly. You could. You actually could, because if you mill a Perfume, you can go ahead and just search a normal level 4 and summon it with Purple Butterfly. I don't think that's too much value, because you could just get Tiger in those exact same scenarios. But in Master Duel, you can play 3 of this, so it's not an issue. And in addition, you can play 3 of this, and Grass, and 3 Snow, like blah, 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 like I said earlier. And then 1 Buffalo. This helps make extra rank 4s, and it helps clear your Kagasuchis off board to make more of them. And then Hiruko, it's definitely good to draw, which is why there's 3 of them in here. It doesn't even matter that, like, it does nothing unless you're already playing. This deck is literally filled with Beast Warriors. Like, you can easily make 1 Kagasuchi, and if that mill is anything, you can just go ahead, activate this in scale, turn it into Susan Uwu. It's very sus. Get another Haruko, and then turn it back into Kagasuchi to mill another 5 more. Like, there's definitely a lot of cool applications from this just by drawing it. So, that's why it's maxed out. And then, Torifun, I don't know. But, anyways, this is like the only 1 card play the deck has. And what's really cool about this one, there was some, like, combo testing I did earlier, and I milled this and Snow, but I didn't have Quillen in my hand or graveyard, so that meant it was still in the deck. So I banished it with Snow to make Amaterasu, and Amaterasu detached the Snow to target this, special summon it, and I still got my 2 Bujins to go into Sus and Uwu, to then go into Kagasuchi for more mills. Like, there's a lot of really cool things you can do with this card. I actually like it a lot. Then, Arasuda and Hirume. So, I'm gonna be totally honest, I would consider just playing 2 Hirume. So, I was testing this out, because the idea was pretty simple. Like, if you banish a Bujin to summon Snow, you can also summon this. But that doesn't matter too much, and that's really, really reactive. Whereas Hirume, even though it's a brick until you start playing, like, it's way more proactive than that. Also, this is something that Torifun can actually summon, because it can't summon this. So that's, like, another thing. But you could go 2 Hirume and just use the Torifun to summon this out of the deck as one of the 2 targets. 3 Felice, 2 Wolf. Yeah, even though, like, Wolf is easier to trigger, like, you can even Foolish a Wolf where you can't do it with this. This can only trigger when sent from the graveyard, from the deck to the graveyard by a monster effect. Whereas Wolf can just, if it's sent from the deck to the graveyard. But this is a tuner. It has way more applications than Wolf does, and it actually has an effect, unlike Wolf. And both of them have the exact same pitfalls. So there's, like, I wanted to play 5 of them, and if I wanted to play 5, it'd be 3 of the tuner, 2 of the Wolf. Then 1 Snow, 1 Zephyros. I want to find room for, whatever the, Force Tricks, that's it. But I'm struggling to make this extra deck work. Like I said, this is a very, very early prototype. And there's a lot of testing I need to do. And then 3 Ash Blossom. This is good to mill as long as you hit Snow, because you can just grab it back with Amaterasu, and you just search Ash Blossom, which is nice. And then 1 Perfume, or 3 Perfume, 3 Foolish Goods, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Tenki, 1 Tensu, and then 2 of the Trap, because, again, it's actually good to mill. And not only is it good to mill, but if you mill Yellow Martin, it actually gives you some card advantage. So, yeah, that's it for that. Then 2 Gagasuchi, yeah. 1 Sus and Uwu. 1 Amaterasu. 1 Tiger King. This is actually very important. If you haven't seen a fire formation, but you want to go into Eagle, this is like the way to do it. 1 Minerva. Yeah, you're playing Lightsworns, and it's just a worse Kagasuchi. But there were so many scenarios where I couldn't get a Kagasuchi efficiently off the board without just throwing away resources. So, this is just the 3rd Kagasuchi, but you can summon it while you already control one. And plus, if it hits Lightsworns, you get some draws, which is kind of nice. So yeah, 1 Minerva. And then the Draco stuff, Utopic Feature. And then for the links, Eagle, IP, Unicorn. These are very important for Snow. Apollosa, because it's broken. Savage Dragon, because it's broken. Chaos Ruler, because it mills 5, and then grabs 1 of them. It's broken. And then Abyss Dweller, it's broken. Yeah, that's it for the extra deck. A bunch of broken cards and a bunch of cards that get cards out of my deck. Who would have thought that's what an extra deck looks like in 2022? But that's basically it from the deck, and basically it for the concept. Now, like I said, this is like the title says, this is a very early, weird demonstration of this deck. And I think it's substantially more effective in Master Duel. But I just wanted to try this out and test the theory behind it. And it's really goofy. I actually think this is one of the more enjoyable mill decks I've played in a while. And it's based off something I made like years ago, back when Lunalight was an actually playable deck. But the problem with that deck is it didn't have a card that was truly worth milling in the case of Snow. But hey, we have Snow. But yep, that's about it. Thank you all for watching, and remember, Master Dinnerflex will take your soul.